Welcome back everyone to Welstopia. I am here at my main nether portal and it looks like the villagers have come all the way. It is almost 500 blocks from the village state. They are on opposite ends of my base territory. And they have taken it upon themselves to come here. Why? I mean, I don't think I have any doors. The nearest door to this thing is way over there, which I would think is too far away to be considered. Well, right now it's a bit of a stretch to calling anything here part of their village. 'Cause I thought you'd like to stay in your own village. I can just say, if you're patient enough and you want villagers to go from one place to another, just build a pair of nether portals. Put a door on the one in a little house on the one that's surrounding the one where their village is at. And they'll eventually migrate to the other end. That is what I gotta say. I've heard people give horror stories of trying to get villagers to get through the nether and all this stuff. And these guys went and volunteered. Amazing. But that's not what we are here to do today. What we are here to do today is to start on a spider farm. And in order to do that, we are going to have to head downstairs into our spider area. I'm just trying to think of the proper things I'd like to use in order to craft. I think this will do. See, I need some redstone, and I need redstone. I've got these. I'll need more redstone than this. I'm pretty certain of that. So I have to go get some redstone. And some other materials. And then I will be ready to start on my spider farm. I have 3 spider spawners on this server. These 3 that I know of. The first is one I'll be bringing you to today, and here's a little banner saying spider spawner this way. And actually the spider spawner and zombie spawners are in the same direction at this point. The second one I checked out and decided was undesirable for my points at the moment. Maybe when I get more advanced I might be able to make something of it, because that one's all near lava and stuff like this. So when I use lava as a killing mechanism, it might be useful for that occasion. And the third one I have not yet taken over, so therefore obviously it's not going to be used today. So here we are at my little location where I am setting up for the spider spawner. So let me get everything prepared and I'll be back. And here we are, our spider area all nice and carved out. Now the tricky thing is to actually find a way to get everything to a killing area, and of course doing the killing area itself. Now concerning this room, you see that there is this door on the opposite side. This is where my main building is, and this is probably where I'll be doing the killing area here. I was considering up here a drop down area, but the drop is just not enough to kill them, whether because I didn't calculate very well or spiders are resistant to falling or whatever. Now down here on this other side is for me to get to the back side of here. And one of the things about it is way down there is another spider spawner, and that's number 3, the one I've not yet conquered. I hadn't realized until earlier today that the 2 of them were that close together, and I am going to have to find a way in order to conquer that one. And unfortunately, since I haven't been too much in that area, there are a huge number of mobs there, and I wish I'd gone and conquered that one before they fixed the mob spawn rates, because the mob spawn rates were horrendously low for a while, and well, we don't have that problem anymore, for better or for worse. Now, what I am going to do though, before I start getting a killing area and all that stuff is worrying about lighting. In the past, I've never worried about lighting for farms like this, but now I've been thinking that I need to amend that particular situation because spider farms are dangerous, and I learned when I did my first trial and finding out that that was not quite sufficient and all, that putting in lights, taking them out, putting back in lights, taking them out, and just isn't working. So I am actually going to put in a lighting system first, one that is redstone based. Yeah. And I'm going to put in some lights that I hope will keep this area lit. Now, the idea there is to put lights, I think. Actually, let me just put torches where I plan to put the lights. I plan to put torches there, lights there, and 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, so this is where I'm going to be putting them. I'm going to be putting the lights there. Then all the way around here like that. Boom, boom. Essentially, where I'm putting these torches, I will be placing lights. And I'll put in there, and I'll be putting a copy down there, and also a copy of it up there. So I can have some low torches and some high torches. And that, I hope, will keep the entire thing lit up. Now, these are going to be in redstone lamps. Now, if you remember at the start of the episode, I was talking about grabbing some redstone. And that's because the reason why I had been in the nether is I was getting glowstone. I think 16 will actually be enough for my purposes here, but just in case I miscalculated, I have a little bit more. But just in case I miscalculated, I did bring a bit more. But anyway, I have now 16 redstone lamps. Now, it's the first time I've ever made a redstone lamp. So that's another milestone. I'm doing a lot of things I hadn't done before in this particular series. Now, I'm getting 16 levers. That would be worst case scenario, in that if I had them switched on individually, which is probably not the ideal way of doing it, but just in case I wind up doing it that way. Now let's see. Let's take these out one at a time and see what I can do with it. Now, if I remember how this thing operates, I know, like, I know redstone. In other words, I don't know redstone at all. Okay, maybe I know one or two vague things on it, but that's it. Alright, so now this is, alright, on the off state. So for some reason, down is on, and yeah. Alright, so that lamp is on. And I will be doing that here. And here, and a tricky thing is going to be able to find a block that's suitable for it. But if I can use redstone to connect some of these together so that I can minimize the number I need, that would be great. So that's 1, 2, 3 in from there. 1. Okay, well, of course I know what level that is. Alright, so I need a 1, 2, so that means that block right there. And let's throw a torch right here. So therefore, I think I need the lever right here. Yes. Good. Alright, I could put this here. And that's what I'm going to be doing all about. Oh. Yeah, good thing they drop redstone. You don't need to feel silk touch for it. Alright, so I'm going to go and do this all around the room so that I can be lit up. Now, you may be wondering, how am I going to get to the other areas? That's why I have built an access passage down here. So I've got one here. This is the back side. And this up here, I think, leads to the main area. And yeah, I hear zombies all over the place. So I'll probably have to chop up areas like this in order to get to the back side of that. But that's what I'm going to be doing next, is getting all those lamps placed so that I can have some lighting for this room. And hopefully I could get some passages so I could get around relatively quickly so I could switch them on. Now if I could make redstone that can, when one flick of the switch, turn them all on, that would be great, but right now I think it's time for baby steps, because otherwise I'll be spending all week just on the redstone for that, and I don't think I'm quite ready for that. But I'll be back as soon as I have all these lamps placed. I have miscalculated a little bit. I thought I had enough light with 8 lights in the room, but obviously it isn't, because that room is now infested with spiders. Yuck. So I've got to find out what's going on and why. First off, see, where are they popping up? Down there in the middle? I've had plenty of light for that area. Alright, now, threw a torch down in the middle there just in case that's where things are happening. I've got 8 of those things in there. Did I get them all? Yeah, it looks like they're all down, but the question is, why are they spawning? Where are they spawning? Obviously, I missed a place when trying to compute up there. Let's see. 11. Well, let's see. 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12. Let's see. The floor, that seems to be all right. And I would think the ceiling would be like of course, I do have this there now. As soon as I let that go, I'll probably get another spider, so I better... see. And that is 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10, 8. Okay, well, it is coming in right in the middle. Okay. It is where it's coming in at. So, therefore, yeah. I found where it's happening at. So, there's a spawnable area right smack in the middle. Why? I don't know. Let's see. It looks like it would be light enough not to do it. Now that looks dark up there. That's the only thing I could think of. But if that's the spot, then I should be running into another spawn right about now. Unless it's based on the floors area. Unless it's on top of the spawner itself. Well, I got a little bit of a puzzle in there, trying to figure out where I need to put another lamp. So I obviously need another one somewhere. Gotta let effort go on there, but I do have 4 more lamps that I can place. And I presume that they might be used. Now, if it's stab in the middle, I might be able to throw one there. What if I do this? Actually, first thing, let me get a pair of these, because it looks like none have come back in since I placed that torch down. So if I place 2 here, actually, for symmetry's sake. I'll make 4 of them. Alright, what do I need least here? Oh. Alright, let's drop that. Alright, let's put that in there, that in there, that in there, that in there, that in there. And let's try this again. And pull that out. Alright, there we go. 4 more lamps. And let's add a few more in there, and maybe this time it will be enough. Here we are for another try. I added 4 additional lanterns. Now let's see what happens when I turn off this torch. Do I get another spider? I'm hoping that adding another one is now, if it's caused by whatever is at the bottom, then that should cause the spider to no longer spawn, and seems like it's getting in to the end of the cycle. Spinning wildly, but no spiders. I think I'd have a spider by now then, if that were the case. Now I have to get rid of the ones on the upper part, and I'll see if I've got a similar problem at the top that I have at the bottom. And the real tricky bit is I have to reach these. And this is, of course, exactly the reason why I'm doing this, is so that I won't have to worry about reaching them when I'm trying to turn everything on and off. Actually, I'm probably going to try this on the... Am I going to try this on the outside, or should I try it on the inside? Well, let's try this one first. Oops. Well. Okay, that answers that question. That answered that question quite loudly. I think it is safe to say that I'll need one more set, and I hope then I'll be done. All right, let's try again. And we are back, and we now have a full set around here. Quite a number of them, 24 of these lamps, and it's good that I got a few extras so that I won't have any problem here. Now, there's only one more torch left in this room, and that's the one right up there. So let's see if this keeps me from spawning any more spiders. And based on experience, those spiders start popping up pretty quickly if they're going to. I don't see any reason why one will come here, but that's what I thought before. So far, so good. So let me just go down. Actually, I better eat first so I could have some regeneration if a spider does come after me. Alright, good. So I think I finally did it. This room is now lit. Now, on the ones up here, I've managed to get the switches in between, so those are now paired with a single on-off for them. Some of the others, though, are on single. A lot of the ones on the downside, though, are on individuals. Maybe I can get them together later, and maybe I could start ganging some up together using redstone connections, but I think this is good enough for the moment, and I think just the next step is going to be setting up the mechanism to transport the spiders to the killing area and then performing the actual killing of the spiders. But I just spent an entire episode on lighting up this room and doing prep work, so we'll have to save it for next time when I will try to get a killing chamber and finish up at least the serious part of this spider farm. But that'll be in our next episode of Pineleaf Plays Minecraft Welstopia.